Hello, Panda fam! Today's episode, we're going all the way to the beautiful New Westminster, and we're going all the way there to get some Japanese food. And when you're thinking Japanese food, you're probably thinking of ramen, or sushi, or sashimi, but we're not doing any of that. We are going less traditional. We are having Japanese fusion food, and apparently images for fusion food is really hard to find, so here's some fake electrons and a laser beam. Anyhow, today we're going to Kioku Kitchen, an amazing hidden gem located conveniently at the New Westminster SkyTrain station. They first opened their doors around October 2024, so they're still fairly new, around 6 months old. Now let's talk a little bit about the interiors. All around the store, you'll find little bits of greenery, and I actually really like this because it added such a breath of life to the store. And I think it was actually a really good creative choice, because while the front has a lot of natural light, the back of the store actually is quite dim. The store itself is this long rectangular shape, so the natural light from the windows just doesn't reach the back. The overall atmosphere is kind of modern, simple, and homey. Like it would be a great place to eat some food and read a book. Like a very cute cafe. On a totally random note, I found a Reddit post that was talking about just how good this place was, and how much of a hidden gem they thought it was. And on top of that, other Redditors seemed to agree. So I definitely chose a good place to visit. Now let's talk about some of the exciting stuff. The cooking portion. When I arrived to film, he was already in the middle of cooking. He was making a AAA short rib steak bowl. Now it actually wasn't my food, but it wasn't going to stop me from filming it, because look at how amazing that looks. But now let's talk about our food. Chef Jin started with a beautifully vibrant ceviche. And then Chef asked me, would fire be good for the video? And I said, heck yes, fire would be good for the video. And so needless to say, he made fire with his tomato prawn noodles. Now here you see Chef using udon instead of pasta. That just adds that little bit of Japanese touch to it. And it comes out absolutely gorgeous. Now it kind of looks like a simple bowl of tomato pasta, but their ingredients add a lot of depth into their flavor, and I'll get into that later. But needless to say, the food was really good. And then he made for us a truffle mushroom noodle. And while it lacks in color, I think it makes up for itself in flavor. And I know a lot of people love mushrooms, and a lot of people hate mushrooms, but I personally freaking love mushrooms. So mushroom truffle was a must. And then we got ourselves a Kioku picnic sushi sampler, which has a little bit of everything for us to try. I feel like the picnic sampler could actually be a really good meal for just one person. I mean, look at all that variety. And then he started making these giant futomakis. I mean, I didn't order them, but, content, baby! And finally, we have the salmon zuke. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. I actually saw this on their Instagram, and I came all the way here specifically to try this one dish. Like, it just looks so amazingly good. And needless to say, we over-ordered once again, but it's totally worth it, I promise you. No food was wasted in the process of filming this video. But how could I not over-order? Look at all the attention to detail that they put into their food. Whether it's in the prep work, or in the way they designed the presentation of their food, everything is just so well thought out. There were so many unique and detailed little touches that they added to their food. It just seriously impressed me so much. Now let's get to the review portion. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and some of the kind of mediocre. Let's start our review by talking about some of the drinks. Honestly, I had so much food that I wasn't gonna get a drink, but they offered, so I wasn't gonna turn it down either. So we got a matcha swirl and a grape cloud. Now I started off with a matcha swirl. Again, the presentation was absolutely beautiful, and the flavor was amazing. The strawberry added the sweetness to it, and of course the matcha and the milk give it that richness. I wasn't expecting the restaurant to have drinks this good. Usually you have to go to nice cafes to get drinks like this. The grape cloud was also really good. It's really different from the other drinks I've had. Like, it's milky, but also at the same time fizzy, and it's sweet and has that grape flavor. I can't fully explain it, but I really liked it. I would 100% get these drinks again. And then we tried the ceviche, which I'm sure by this point you guys have already forgotten about. As you can see, they do not skimp out. There are large pieces of seafood. Often enough, I go to restaurants and I get a ceviche. The seafood is obliterated into little pieces. I don't even know what I'm eating. This one, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You get a lot of sweetness from the seafood, some sweetness and some acidity from the tomatoes, and some texture from those deep fried rice crackers. I personally would like it a little bit sweeter, but overall, very good, very nice, very refreshing. And then we tried the picnic sampler, which has one piece of futomaki, which is basically a very large sushi roll. And then 3 pieces of inari sushi, which is sushi rice stuffed inside a deep fried seasoned tofu pouch. And then behind that, there are 3 pieces of oshi. Now the inari sushi is really, really big. So if you don't have a big mouth, chances are you might make a mess. I tried the salmon cream one, and it was really, really good. The salmon felt fresh, and the texture was creamy, which was kind of weird at first, because I've never had cream in my inari sushi before. And the tofu pocket itself actually adds a lot of flavor. The deep fried tofu pocket is savory and sweet, which is just so good. And a very common complaint is that inari sushi has too much rice. But this inari sushi actually has so much filling. The filling goes so deep into the pocket. It was so impressive. Highly recommend this one. And then we tried the salmon oshi, and honestly, it was okay. Everything was just so good that this gets outshined by so much. I just feel like the other dishes had a lot more unique twists to it, but I wouldn't discourage you from trying it for sure. Now let's talk about this absolutely magical truffle mushroom udon. I think in terms of looks, it's just not as pretty as some of the other dishes. It's not as colorful or as vibrant, but the smell of the cream, the truffle, the mushroom, more than makes up for it. In terms of aroma, this had the best aroma out of all the dishes we tried. In terms of the flavor, it's incredibly delicious. It's as simple as that. It tastes like mushroom and truffles and cream, as the name describes it to be, but it's executed incredibly well. Also, the noodles and the dried mushrooms give it a lot of texture, so you're not just eating mush. I highly encourage you guys to try this. And then we have the tomato prawn noodles. First of all, it's absolutely beautiful to look at. The colors are absolutely stunning. And on top of that, I was really just expecting noodles with prawn and tomato sauce. But what they did is actually they took the prawn heads and made a broth out of it and added it into the sauce. And it just added this new layer of flavor. With the seafood flavor on top of the tomato sauce, it kind of felt like you were eating a lobster bisque with prawns and noodles. And again, it was executed super well. Absolutely delicious. And if you ask me, what would I change? Probably nothing. But I would give the option of a spicy oil or maybe some chili flakes, because I think a little kick of spice might be really good in this too. And I would 100% order this for myself. It's filling, and it's tasty, and that shrimp flavor just comes out so strong. But fair warning though, these noodles are very hard to pick up, so if you're not a chopstick master, use a fork. There is no shame in it. There's a little shame in it. But I won't judge you. I'll probably judge you. And finally, we have the dish that started this video, salmon suke. Thick slices of marinated salmon, marinated onions, and some jalapeno peppers. And then there's that egg made of liquid gold, little bit of wasabi, and a piece of deep fried shiso. There's so many little components. It's simple but complex, and it just tastes so good. It's got that natural sweetness from the salmon, and of course that incredible sweetness from the onions. It's got that savoriness from the soy, and it's got that little kick from the jalapenos. And if you use the wasabi, it adds another little kick. And of course the egg yolk just adds this layer of richness to everything. And of course, if I had one complaint at all, I kind of feel like the deep fried shiso didn't taste like anything. And I really like shiso, so I'd rather just have a normal shiso on it instead of the deep fried. So needless to say, highly recommend. And finally, and most importantly, thank you Chef Chin for letting us into your kitchen, feeding us your food, and being so incredibly kind. And to the rest of you, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to give a like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want me to know something or ask me a question. Thank you Panda fam, let's dine again soon.